Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm Theodore Henry. So you've purchased your home and you're now considering some energy-focused improvements. The National Housing Trust's Smart Energy Loan might be the perfect solution for your needs. Now, joining us today to discuss this exciting option is Dwayne Berbick, Assistant General Manager of Corporate Communications and Public Affairs at the NHT. Welcome to Get the Facts, Mr. Berbick.
Thank you, Theodore. Thanks for having me.
Let's jump right into getting some facts.
Sure.
Smart Energy Loan. I'd like you to expand that for us.
Sure. Our Smart Energy Loan represents an overall thrust by the NHT to look at what we call climate smart housing. The reality is our environment as we know it is changing. The summers are getting hotter, as an example. And therefore, housing as a main pillar of an individual's daily life, we have to look at the approach we take towards that. And so from a policy standpoint, the NHT is looking at how we construct them in terms of design element. But for those that are already in the ground, how can we make them a little bit more comfortable for our existing mortgages? And so we look at how we can integrate some of the natural resources that we already have, sun, water, into providing energy for the property, and that's why we consider it smart. We could have restricted it to just solar, but we do understand that technology is changing, innovation is changing, and the methods of providing energy are also changing. And so we gave ourselves a little room, so we don't have to rename a product from solar energy loan to something else 5 years or 10 years down the road. So we keep it smart, which arguably probably was a smart idea to name it a smart energy loan.
All right, I'll take that. So we've done solar. You've mentioned water. Anything else?
So solar from the sun, power the house. We also consider water from two standpoints. Water in terms of water as an energy source for as in hydropower, but also water from a rainwater harvesting perspective as well. We still do have areas of the country where, a reliable water supply doesn't exist. And therefore, if you're from probably like a Manchester where I am from, you build a house, you build a tank as well. The two go together because there's just not that reliable source of water. And so the loan product allow individuals as well to invest in rainwater harvesting systems and purchase pumps, that kind of thing, biomass, wind power. If it is tried, proven, approved, and can work, we'll provide the loan financing to cover that under the Smart Energy Loan product.
Now that's fascinating because initially, and I'm glad we're doing this interview, smart energy, you'd sort of corner yourself, as you mentioned. you think maybe a solar panel or so, but you have expanded the definition so much wider. And okay, so tell me, what's the maximum amount?
Well, the maximum amount we looked at was $1.5 million for per contributor. Of course, NHT will allow two people to co-apply in some instances to make that $3 million. But we got the 1.5 looking at solar, which is perhaps the product that most Jamaicans are familiar with and perhaps would want and costs more in comparison to some of the other smart energy systems that we looked at. And 1.5 million, based on the advice and recommendation from our suppliers, is that would be enough to give you a sound solar system that probably won't take you off the grid because, of course, we have to factor in use, size of the household, and other variables. But at minimum, it would give you would see a significant reduction in energy, with an investment of a system of $1.5 million.
Right. So even, for example, you mentioned the climate is changing, times are hotter. You're setting up an AC system. Your solar can be exactly. And
the good thing about it too is that it's modular. You, as your family expand and as your needs change, you can also add to that. And we designed the product in that way. So it's 1.5 million, but you don't have to take all 1.5 million in one time.
Okay.
If your affordability says, and we do find that there are systems that exist for actually less than $1 million.
Right.
That's all you need right now.
Got
But
it.
as your circumstances change, you can come back and get the rest and build out the system.
Got it. So you mentioned something which I think a couple of our viewers would have perked up at. You said people can co-apply, but just take me through the whole eligibility thing. Who, first of all, is eligible and who can co-apply?
Okay, sure. For you to be eligible for the Smart Energy Loan product, you have to either be an existing mortgager, and doesn't matter if you're an NHT only mortgager or you got your mortgage through a partner mortgage institution. Once you're an existing mortgager, even if you don't have a current mortgage,
Right.
Once you're a homeowner, let me put it that way. Once you're a homeowner, then you can apply for the product. You can co-apply with another qualified NHT contributor. So being a homeowner is the first step.
Right.
At the time of loan application, though, as with all our loan products, you have to be an existing NHT contributor.
Okay.
And you can co-apply with another qualified NHT contributor.
So they don't need to be a mortgager.
No.
Okay.
But no, they don't need to be a mortgager.
All right, so we've inherited the family house, brother, sister
Yes.
can apply. And this doesn't impact my NHT loan, my eligibility for an NHT loan.
No, it's a separate loan product, which was also part of the consideration that we gave, that previously individuals who wanted to do, let's say, solar systems had to use their home improvement loan to actually do that. And therefore it became a toss-up between, do I put on the additional room and bedroom, or do I put in my solar system? No, you don't have to choose.
True.
You have a 1.5 million loan product separately for your solar, and you can still use your home improvement loan. If, however, you do choose to put both together, then we're looking now at an increased loan amount of 1.5 plus 3.5
Okay.
BHS. $5 million
Right.
that you can now have towards your smart energy loan, because based off, as I said, family size, you probably want a bigger system. Then you could actually pool both loan products and purchase a smart energy system.
Got it. You've been saying loan, and I have to ask you about that, but right now we are at the break, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.
When we litter or when we actually dump garbage or waste onto the beaches, they end up in the sea, and then it creates a negative effect for our ecosystem. Just find better ways to dispose of our waste. The beach or the public space should not be one of them.
Be mindful that your actions impact not just the environment, but the future generations. We have a slogan that I always see on commercials, "No dirty up Jamaica." And I strongly believe in that. We have to do our part to set the tone so that future generations will see that example and treat the environment with respect.
Welcome back to Get the Facts. We're discussing the NHT's Smart Energy Loan and how you can benefit with Dwayne Berbick, Assistant General Manager of Corporate Communications and Public Affairs. Sir Berbick, I want to pick up right where we left off, because we were talking about different loan products and how you can either use them separately or merge them.
Right.
And there's something I think you wanted to add.
Sure. I pointed out that for the existing homeowner, they can merge their smart energy loan with the home improvement loan.
Right.
I would love to point out for the new homeowner as well that you can actually apply for your smart energy loan at the same time that you're applying for your regular NHT loan. So whether it's an open market loan, whether it's an NHT scheme benefit, you're becoming a homeowner for the first time, save yourself the trouble, put in 2 applications so you don't have to come back. Just put in 2 applications one time for your smart energy loan, and you can start, enjoying the benefits of that almost immediately.
Great, great, great. Okay, so loan, that's the key word here. It's a loan, which
Yes.
means interest rate and repayment. What determines the interest rate, firstly, and what's the repayment period on the smart energy loan?
Okay, so we look at the interest rate, look at some of the market variables, what's a loan like that going for in the market, and we agreed on a 5% interest rate, which also represents NHT's highest loan rate. It's something we're open to looking at back, call it an introductory rate,
Yes.
something we're open to looking back on, but it's a flat rate of 5%.
5%.
The repayment period is 10 years. 5%, 10 years. And 10 years because when we look at warranty, we look at the general lifespan of such systems. You can get a good 10-year run from a smart energy system, a solar probably product that's installed properly and done properly. You get a good 10 years out of it based on the industry experts. And so we cap the loan tenure at that 10-year period.
Okay, 5% over 10 years. Now, is it possible to apply for the smart energy loan from what do we call it, external financing mortgage partner, or does it have to come directly through NHT?
No, you can apply through our external financing mortgage program, any other partners under that program. One of the benefits of the program is that it allows you the flexibility of applying for your NHT loan wherever you bank. And for some of our mortgages, they already have a joint finance arrangement whereby they process their loan through some of these mortgage partners and make the payments there. Instead of, the headache of making a payment for one thing over NHT and a payment for at another mortgage institution, we are giving you that flexibility as well under the Smart Energy Loan to just apply for it wherever you currently have your mortgage.
Got it.
And I should point out, Theodore,
yes.
It's the same interest rate. The interest rate doesn't change. The loan terms don't change because it's at one of our mortgage partners.
Oh, okay.
Same applies.
Okay, so collateral, security, is it necessary?
It is, but it isn't.
All right, let's get the facts.
It's a loan,
Right.
and therefore all loans must be secured. But
Okay.
given the fact that most of these smart energy systems will be put on a house, which is already good security for that initial mortgage,
okay.
we didn't think that there needs to be any hassle of asking the mortgager to provide additional collateral. However, some mortgagors may probably be close to paying off their mortgage and perhaps would think, I don't want to add another loan to this.
Within the 10 years, right?
I don't want another 10 years because I'm going to pay off my loan in 2 years or 3.
Right.
In those cases, the NHT makes it easy by just looking at your contributions that the NHT has for you. So we already have some money for you from you paying those, or your employer paying those monthly contributions. So if that is enough to stand the security for the 1.5 million loan, we will use that as an alternative.
All right, Sir Berbick, so, okay, you've installed the smart energy solution to your home. You have this 10-year period, it's at 5%, and we live in a natural disaster-prone country.
Yes.
How does insurance work?
All right, well, I would recommend firstly that you ensure that you do some kind of agreement as it relates to warranty with the supplier who installs the system and get you some coverage. It may not be for the full 10 years, but some parts of it. Secondly, all property insurance is something I recommend for all homeowners. If you're an existing mortgager, chances are, whether it's through the NHT or through another mortgage provider, there will be some insurance coverage because lending institutions don't provide mortgages without insurance. So once you've installed installed the system to the property rather, I would recommend that you get a new valuation done to reflect what's now the true value of the property with the system added to it, and ensure that the insurance coverage extends to all of that, and there's full replacement in the eventuality of some kind of natural disaster.
And NHT isn't doing that valuation, it's all the owner.
It's the owner's responsibility to do that valuation to ensure that they have full coverage for the property.
Okay, great. Is there any age-related considerations? Like, can you be too old for the smart energy loan? Too young?
The NHT allows, contributors to borrow between 18 and 70. Those are the variables.
Okay.
I know sometimes our mortgagors come to us a little too late, but the challenge with that is that your monthly payment is going to be high. But if you're co-applying with someone else, though, you have the flexibility there of the other person. Once their income shows that they can absorb, the difference, we will, finance you for the amount that you can reasonably pay back based off your income and your age, and the other party can absorb the difference. So you can actually still benefit from the full amount.
Benefits of co-applying. There's something I forgot to ask you as we're near the tail end of this interview. Does it matter what sort of system when it comes to insurance and any part of the loan? Does it matter what kind? Solar, wind, bio?
No, it doesn't matter. Once there's a supplier who is registered with the requisite professional body and is installing a system that is familiar, tried and proven, and we give the recommendation to our customers that do shop around, look at other people who have the system installed that you're interested in, see what their experience is like, ask around, shop around, get the best price and get the best person to also install for you.
Got it. Well, it doesn't change anything.
No.
Just, okay. This is it. We're at the end. And yes, we are. But I want to give you a few seconds to just speak directly to the audience. Just let them know what's on your heart.
Our environment is changing. The summers are getting a little hotter, as I said before. So if you are interested in, investing in some kind of smart energy system, whether it's to cool you down, whether it's to ensure that you have a reliable water supply system, consider the NHT Smart Energy Loan. 1.5 million per applicant, 5% interest rate, up to 10 years to repay.
And this has been Get the Facts. Our guest was Dwayne Berbick, Assistant General Manager for Corporate Communications and Public Affairs at the National Housing Trust. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting some of this data into action. And until next time, I'm Theodore Henry. Take care.